as I started to learn more about benzos and I started to put two and two together and connect the dots, I started to realize that some of my favorite celebrities had either large amounts of benzos in their body or they were trying to get off without a doctor. Uh, Most recently, Chester Bedingfield had Ambien. Chris Cornell was trying to, I don't know if he was trying to taper his Ativan use or what. I know that his security guard had his prescription, so that's an interesting one. Um, of course, there's Whitney and Robin Williams and Anna Nicole Smith, um, Heath Ledger. There's so many. And I Anthony Bourdain would say over and over on his different shows that he'd never traveled without Valium. Um, and it seems so normal to the people on TV listening, prescription drugs contributed to the death of somebody, or there were no known illicit substances in their bloodstream except the only thing were prescribed drugs, always leading back to benzos, which I think is really frightening. It's totally Xannies are the thing with a lot of popular culture now. And I understand for celebrities why benzodiazepines are so appealing, because being the daughter of professional musicians who constantly are on the go, my stepfather has his calendar planned out 3 years in advance. I mean, they're constantly moving, and you can't stop for when something hurts, or you have to sleep when you're not ready to sleep, or you don't sleep at all. I understand why things like Ativan and Klonopin and Valium are prescribed. But I'm sure with them, just like with most of us, we were prescribed and not told. I was completely unaware that going cold turkey was deadly until a year after I had gone cold turkey. People don't get it, and we're watching our most talented people fade away because they can't get the information. They kill themselves because they can't understand why they suddenly feel so horrible and why these negative voices in their head are just kicking their butts. I love how all the conspiracy theorists think that these people died because of, knowledge about the sex trade industry or the Illuminati. It's funny to me. Prince had benzos in his system. Michael Jackson had benzos in his system. It's unreal. Pretty sure that Whitney probably seizured, and Bobby. It's just sad. And to all of you who are survivors, who are doing fine now, I commend you because you got out. Even if it's hell currently, you will get through this. Don't let the negative self-talk take over. And don't relapse. Please. We lost Chris Cornell, who was the voice of an angel. We lost Chester Bedingfield, who was in his own right, a voice of a generation. We lost Robin Williams, who was a gift. We lost Whitney Houston, who, yes, she went off the deep end at the end of her life, but she was a voice too. Heath Ledger was, at the precipice of becoming a huge star. It's just sad. And I hope that eventually mainstream media will catch up to what we see all over YouTube, and that these pills, this substance is just taking out a nation. It's been around since the 70s, and it's still so misunderstood. I feel like I'm getting preachy, but I do think it's something to take notice of and tell people. That person died. They had benzos in their system. This is why I've stopped. Makes me sad to think about how many people have killed themselves, either on or coming off of. I tried. However, I don't think I knew that I was trying. I had been cut off cold turkey from Ativan. I was only on it for 7 days, but I was on it, a lot of it. And the negative self-talk just ate my head up, and I wanted it to be quiet. So I ate like half of my my Klonopin bottle, and put me in the hospital and then into an institution. So it's not, all of this is not unheard of. Luckily, I've never had an opioid issue. I've had lots of addiction issues, but not an opioid one. And I'm grateful for that. But in sobriety, I never expected to be miserable. Anyway, if you have any questions or you want to write me a story, you can either 1, subscribe, or 2, email me at windowsandwaves@gmail.com. So that's windows, the letter N, waves@gmail.com. I love stories. I will answer comments as long as they're not completely rude. That we have a community out there. Sometimes it feels good to just tell your story, and sometimes it feels good to just listen. So thanks for listening. I will see you very soon.